There is a version of you that works incredibly hard, puts in long hours, sacrifices weekends, skips vacations, and still ends up exactly where you started financially. Not because you are lazy, not because you lack talent, but because certain habits, deeply embedded in your daily routine, are quietly working against everything you are trying to build. Wealth is not just about what you do. It is equally, if not more, about what you stop doing. Most financial advice focuses on addition: earn more, save more, invest more. But the real breakthrough often comes from subtraction, from identifying the invisible anchors dragging you down and cutting them loose before they cost you another decade of progress. The three behaviors covered here are not obscure or complicated. In fact, they are so common that most people never even question them. They feel normal, they feel responsible even, and that is exactly what makes them so dangerous. If you have ever felt like you are running on a financial treadmill, moving fast but going nowhere, there is a strong chance at least one of these patterns is the reason why. Understanding them is the first step. Eliminating them is where the real transformation begins. The first thing you need to stop doing is treating your income like a ceiling instead of a foundation. Most people are taught from a young age that the path to financial security is simple: get a good job, work hard, get promoted, and eventually retire comfortably. And while there is nothing inherently wrong with employment, the problem arises when your entire financial existence depends on the hours you physically show up and perform. This is called trading time for money, and it is the most widespread wealth-limiting pattern in the world. Here is the core issue. Time is finite. There are only 24 hours in a day, and no matter how skilled or valuable you become, there is a hard ceiling on how much you can earn when every dollar requires your direct, active involvement. The moment you stop working, whether due to illness, burnout, or simply wanting to rest, the income stops too. Wealthy people understand something fundamentally different. They build systems. They create assets. They invest in things that generate returns while they sleep, travel, or spend time with their families. This could be a business that operates without their constant presence, real estate that generates rental income, stocks that pay dividends, or intellectual property that earns royalties. The specific vehicle matters less than the underlying principle. Your money and your efforts must eventually work for you, not the other way around. The shift does not happen overnight, and it does not require you to quit your job tomorrow. It requires a change in mindset first. Every paycheck should be viewed not as the destination, but as the raw material for building something larger. The question to ask yourself every single month is this: what did I build this month that will still be generating value when I am not actively working? If the answer is nothing, that is the pattern you need to break. Start small. Invest consistently. Build one income stream outside your salary, then another. The compounding effect of multiple income sources over time is what separates people who accumulate wealth from those who simply earn a living. The second behavior that silently destroys wealth is spending money to look wealthy rather than to become wealthy. This is perhaps the most socially reinforced trap in existence, and it is getting worse in the age of social media, where curated lifestyles and luxury aesthetics are constantly in your face. The psychology behind it is deeply human. We are wired for social belonging and status signaling. A newer car, a designer outfit, a luxury vacation posted online. These things feel good because they generate admiration and validation from others. But there is a brutal financial truth hiding beneath the surface of that dopamine hit. Every dollar spent on depreciating status symbols is a dollar that is not compounding in your favor. Consider the mathematics of lifestyle inflation. When income increases, most people immediately upgrade their lifestyle to match. Bigger apartment, newer car, more expensive restaurants, premium subscriptions. This is called lifestyle creep, and it is one of the primary reasons people who earn six figures still live paycheck to paycheck. The income grows, but so does the spending, and the gap between what you earn and what you keep, which is the only number that actually matters, stays the same or shrinks. Truly wealthy individuals, not the ones performing wealth online, but the ones who have actually built it, tend to live well below their means for extended periods. They drive reasonable cars. They live in modest homes relative to their income. They find satisfaction in financial progress rather than financial performance. The goal is not to deprive yourself of enjoyment. It is to become ruthlessly intentional about what you spend on and why. Before any significant purchase, ask yourself one honest question. Am I buying this because it genuinely adds value to my life, or am I buying it because of how it will make me appear to others? That single question, applied consistently, can redirect thousands of dollars per year toward wealth building instead of wealth signaling. The third and perhaps most quietly devastating habit is waiting. Waiting for more money before investing. Waiting for more knowledge before starting a business. Waiting for the market to stabilize before buying assets. Waiting for the right time, the right conditions, the right level of readiness. And while you wait, time, the single most powerful force in wealth creation, keeps passing. Compound interest is often described as the eighth wonder of the world, and the reason is simple. Given enough time, even modest returns on modest investments grow into extraordinary sums. But the key word is time. Every year you delay starting is not just 1 year lost. It is the compounding growth of that year, and the year after, and the decade after that. The cost of waiting is not linear. It is exponential. The perfect moment to start building wealth was 10 years ago. The second best moment is right now, today, with whatever you have available. People consistently overestimate how much they need to begin and underestimate how much they lose by delaying. You do not need $10,000 to open an investment account. You do not need a fully developed business plan to test your first idea. You do not need to understand every nuance of the stock market before buying your first index fund. What you need is to start imperfectly and improve as you go. Paralysis disguised as preparation is still paralysis. The most financially successful people are not the ones who waited until everything was perfectly aligned. They are the ones who started with incomplete information, made adjustments along the way, and allowed time to do the heavy lifting. Stop waiting for certainty in a world that never offers it. The only guaranteed way to miss out on wealth is to keep postponing the decision to pursue it. The habits that hold you back are not mysterious. They are patterns you can identify, confront, and replace, starting right now.